Good afternoon. It is July 23rd, 2021, and today we had an uptrend day. I just found this, and I believe this to be true. I do believe that this channel started from these lows at the end of yesterday. Mack you'll rarely see him draw his lines from yesterday's chart, but I do believe that because the midline, there's a few places where it seems to hold prices, as you can see right here as well, and I do think that that is to be true. And you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and mark this as an aggressive trade here because of that, because that's a bounce off that line, that channel. So yeah, we made from yesterday, that the bottom of that swing yesterday to here, we made a perfect measured move up, and then we had one leg of correction, and then this thing just kept going. As you can see, the overnight highs and lows are in yellow, and if you draw that measured move, we just blew right through that to make this measured move. The measured move from the range is this blue dotted line. So anyway, we'll take a look at these trades. So in the overnight, we had this flatter upward channel, and I'm going to go ahead and delete the overnight highs and lows. We had this flatter upward channel, and we had a steep trend up within that. And that's probably really what you should have been playing, is the steep trend up, because this kind of looks congested with an upward bias. But if you take away that steep channel, we get a first entry, second entry. I think that was actually at like 4:45, so you might not have been in at a specific time. You might not have been in watching the prices at that time, but that does get you a nice move. And then prices go sideways within this range. So if you see this triple top right here, that could be like a quadruple top, but I'm looking at it as triple. You might go short here, but after this looks like a move up, so I don't like that. I'm sticking with the bias. And then you get a first entry, second entry long. I think I got trapped here. Here's what you have to think about though. This is clearly a range, so if you got long, yeah, I did get trapped here. If you go long like me, look, you got a doji right here too. It's even micro congestion. You're in the middle of a range. I knew that. I had my trend lines drawn, but I was just being eager, which is basically the number one thing I've been trying to fight, is being eager. And if you're patient, you might go short here for a second entry long failure. But I don't think I would do that. I would stick with the bias. Prices have been above the EMA for a long time, so but yeah, you might go short there. And then here, then I started revenge trading after I failed that. I think I got trapped again. Yeah, I went long here. They trapped the longs, boom, bring you down, and you might go, this is matching lows right here. Really, the reason I should not have gone long here is because this is a channel, and we didn't have a break of that channel. We didn't even have a break of that channel until here, or else I'd probably go long here. But once you have this good signal bar and a break of the channel, it's a counter trend breakout of this range, first breakout. So I think you can go long there. It is aggressive, but you can go long. Then you get a first entry, second entry short off of this key price level. That's a good bar to go short beneath. That's at the overnight highs too. And then you get a first entry, failed second entry long here. It looks like a little spike in channel. I think if you are really good at reading these charts, I think you can take that, but I'm not going to mark that because I'm not too sure. But and it's going into these lows, so that's another thing. Now here, this actually kind of looks like a measured move down here. Yeah, this looks like a measured move, so you might be aggressive and go, oh, That's not the low of the swing. If that was the low of the swing, you might go long here, but it's not. So boom, and then we get a higher low, and I like that because that's back into our congestion. So you get a higher low, boom, go long there. Perfect setup. First entry, this is the second entry long, but that's in the middle of the range. And then we get micro congestion within this range. And this looks like a trend up, so you do get a first entry, second entry. Look, this matching highs up here, so that resets the count. First entry, second entry, you would have gotten trapped. If you go second entry off this high, first entry, second entry, you get a nice move. And I think you can you don't want to take this high or low just because you're going into the highs of the day and the range. So, but then it becomes pretty clear that we're trending up. So you get a first entry, second entry, the no signal bar, failed second entry short, but you get a first entry, second entry long. And that's off the trend line, so it's nice, but it's far from the EMA, so it's aggressive. This trend continues, and so here you would have gotten trapped if you didn't reset the count, but here we make a double top, and if you're feeling aggressive, this looks like a second entry long. Would have worked out. Plus we have more evidence that we're going higher here as opposed to right here. This, you get a nice move up here, slight overshoot as you can see, and that slight overshoot leads to a break, and we get one leg down. This is perfect measure move. One leg of correction, two legs of correction for a second entry, and that's the only reason, since we are trending up pretty strongly, and because we get two measured legs down, perfect measured legs, and this bar closes slightly bullish, I felt aggressive. I felt like you could take that. But on any, like on a range day, you should not be taking that setup. And this turns out to be a leg of correction. We get a break of that channel, and you could have been playing this like a range right here. But I think after looking at it, I think this is actually a downward channel. But the only thing is it's continually making lower lows. It makes like, yeah, three legs down. So that's why I'm looking at it like a downward channel. We get a break of this channel. First entry, failed second entry short. It's also a second entry long off the EMA. So take that, works out. You get a higher low up here, but it's just too congested. It actually, first entry, failed second entry short. So you might go long there. It's a failed second entry short. First entry, second entry long. So the reason I'm not marking this as aggressive is because we've literally been trending up all day. We had a break of this channel. First leg of correction, second leg of correction. And there is space to the top of the range. However, we get a first entry, second entry here. We have more evidence that this is a range. Okay, we made this first, second. Now there's a third top there. So I got trapped going long here. I took this engulfing bar. That's just being eager, simply. Plain and simple, that's being eager. But if you go long here, look, you're going long into the midline. Here we weren't sure that was a midline. Now we know. So that's why you wouldn't take that second entry long. And it's more, it looks more like price acceptance here than it does back here. More rejection. And we get a first entry, second entry long. So yeah, if you see this larger channel, and this is after 12, so if you're still watching, I think you can go long there. But yeah, that's what I saw for today. Let's take a look at my trades. And as you can see, I probably took way too many today, but I'm really just trying to, I'm still learning, not too worried. So the first trade was a great trade, a great read, I think. You know, just the first, second entry long. Then we hit this congestion. And yeah, I got trapped going along here on this bar. First entry, second entry. That's clearly right in the middle of a range, so you don't want to be going long there. Then I went long here, right here, thinking it was going to be a failed breakout, but that looks like a channel, and we haven't had a break of that channel. And then I went long above this bar. You didn't get filled until this bar. So that looks like that might be it might fail to break back into the range, but it doesn't. I'm okay with that trade. I'm not crazy about it, especially since once these bars, look, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars overlapping. So I'm not crazy about it, but it's a first time breakout with trend. So I was too I wasn't ready to go short here. I didn't have the I wasn't reading it right, even though that's like a fourth confirmation of the resistance up there. I couldn't do it. I went long here. That was just being eager, probably because I missed this and I got trapped there. So that's it's just not, it's not outside of the range. It's not a failed breakout like here. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. Okay, and then here, good entry again. You get a break of this channel, and I'm still playing the range, and you get a higher low back into the congestive area. So that's a good trade. I think it took a while to fill, but okay. And then all the other trades, I think I was just being super eager. I thought I took this one. Guess not. Okay, yeah, so I went long here on a second entry, got trapped. First entry, second entry. That's right in the middle of the range. I had my range drawn by then, so there's no reason for me to be entering there. Here I went short, thinking that I think that's like a failed. I went thinking it was a failed second entry long, but yeah, because we make a double top up here. First entry, failed second entry long. That's a trap. Look, there's an overshoot. Anyway, I saw the overshoot. I was just being eager. No big deal, though. We learn from these mistakes. And, yeah, that's all I saw today. That's all I took today. So, I hope everyone has a good weekend. And I will be back next week.